Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for always coming back to watch my new videos. And we just turned 1 year old on YouTube since we started this channel. It's been an amazing journey. It's been full of lessons, a lot of growth, and I can't wait to share with you how this has impacted my life. Hopefully I'll get to share this in the next video, so stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe so that you'll be able to learn some of the lessons that I've been able to get for the past 1 year that I've been on YouTube, and what you can do yourself if you're looking into getting into this rare app. So karibuni sana, and if this is your first time in my channel, please do consider subscribing and liking this video. And today I just want to share with you something that I think it has created a lot of questions to so many people out there, including myself, my family, my friends, and most people would ask me this question a lot of time. And I'm sure you can tell from the title already that today we are gonna talk about the reasons why most African immigrants, and of course other immigrants from other countries, so why do they come here and don't go back home? I mean, there are so many reasons, some of which you guys might know and some that you actually don't. And I remember before coming here, this was a question that would also ponder in my head. I would ask myself the same: why do people go to America and never come back? Do they not love their home country? And I know that I also knew that I would never come to this side because my heart was in Africa. A story for another day. But anyway, I just want to share with you some of the reasons why African immigrants come to the US and never come back home, or why they do take long enough before coming home. So if you are looking forward to coming to this side and you've been asking yourself the same question, then you're in the right place. Hopefully today you're gonna get some answers. If you have your relative, your loved one, your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, your friend who came to this side and they've overstayed here, and you're wondering why are they not coming home, then maybe today you're going to also get the answer you've been asking for a long time. So without much further ado, let's dive right in. The obvious reasons why people move from their countries to this other side, and for this case the United States, is mostly looking for jobs, so just basically going to study. In other words, seeking better opportunities. Most African immigrants and immigrants from other countries basically come to the US in search of better opportunities, education, and the chance to build a brighter future for themselves and their families. And because of this, once they land to this place, things are definitely totally different from where we come from. In this case, Africa. Life here is very different. You will experience mixed emotions, you will go through mental issues, and you will also go through some culture shock, things that you've never experienced or rather see in your home country. Basically what I'm trying to say is life here is a bit expensive, and also it is very busy. You know that phrase that time is money? That one actually applies here a lot. You just have to work, otherwise you're gonna get yourself in trouble, especially if you have a family. Anyway, the first reason could be financial stability. Like I said, life here is very, very, very expensive, like extremely expensive. You would find that a 2-bedroom house would cost approximately 200,000 Kenya shillings and above, and that tells you a lot. That alone is rent, and you haven't gone to food, you haven't gone to other things like buying clothes or shoes for yourself and your kids, health issues and all that kind of stuff. Life is very, very expensive, and if you have a family or even if you're yourself, the air ticket coming back home is very expensive. Coming, for example, from New York and going back home, the air ticket is very expensive. So before someone could make that decision to travel, you calculate about the things you're going through, and you look at what your home is going through. Also, you just see that you need this money to work for you somewhere else, and rather than just spending it on the airplane and going home, and then when you reach home you have also other things to do. You need to buy gifts for everyone else, you need to spend money here and there, and then basically there's so much expectation. So instead of spending this money on the road and at home, you'd rather save it and send a bit of it home just to help your people. And this is one of the reasons why people decide not to come home, so that they can save that money for future use, so that that money can go into something more important at that particular time. Sometimes this money is actually never there. Maybe someone is doing a job that is not sustaining them as much, and they have a family here, and you don't have money for the air ticket. It's not as easy as it looks like. America, I know they say is a land of opportunities, but sometimes it's very tough. If you don't work for it, it's not a land of opportunities. Sometimes people don't have this money, and because of that, it's not easy to travel back home. So what remains for you is just working hard, saving up, so that one day hopefully you'll be able to go back and reunite with your family. Another reason could be family reunification. Some African immigrants may have family members who have settled in the USA, and the desire to reunite with your loved ones can be very strong for staying in this particular country. Let's say your mother is staying here, or your brother and your sister, and you decide to visit them. The moment you come here and you start experiencing the life on this other side, you start looking at it differently, and maybe thinking, why would I need to go back home if my family is here? If all my family members are here, why do I want to go back home? So for this reason, you'd find yourself living with them on this other side of the world, because anyway, there's nothing major that you're going back to at home. Your mother is here, your dad is here, your siblings are here. You're the only one who was on the other side of the world. So when you come here, you just decide to also settle down and just live with them, so that you guys can be together once and for all. Another reason why immigrants don't go back home is because of legal immigration challenges. This normally happens when someone is already in the US and they may encounter legal immigration challenges that may be difficult for them to return to their home countries, which in return will lead them to establish a life in the US instead. Normally, these legal issues could come from maybe someone has done an offense. Let me put it that way. Maybe someone has done an offense and you have a court case in court here, and you are required to stay in the US until that case is resolved, then this would make you not go back home. You'd have to find ways to work around things until your case is resolved. This will force you to just stay, work as much as you need to work hard to just sustain yourself as you push through to finish those legal issues. And sometimes people also have immigration challenges. Maybe you don't have papers and you need the papers. So maybe you are here illegally, maybe you are working somewhere through different types of visas, and then maybe you don't have a job anymore and you don't want to go back home because you have goals, you have needs to fulfill. So you are working here as you work through to getting papers like green card and what have you, to be able to sustain yourself and be a legal citizen or resident rather in this country. So when someone is faced with such challenges, it is not easy for them to come home. They actually can't come home, and for this reason they are forced to stay in this country. Another reason is asylum seeking. Normally this comes with safety issues. Whenever someone feels unsafe in their own home country and they feel like their life is in danger, maybe someone is threatening to kill you, or mostly that's the main thing, and you feel like your safety is questionable, then sometimes people get to seek asylum in countries like the United States, and they just go to the border or they go to the embassy and they state their concern, and whenever they are taken in, they are going to be assisted. Their case is going to be investigated, and once they are done with you, if they want to assist you, they will definitely give you papers to be a legal resident in this country. And when that happens, that means that you will be comfortable staying in this country, and that means your home country is basically a danger zone for you to go back to. And because of that, and because you value your life and you don't want to put yourself in danger, you are going to stay in the US forever. And most people do this actually, and they never want to go back to their country. So maybe some people would be wondering, why did this person ever left the country? They've never come back home. Sometimes they go with their family, sometimes it's one person who leaves and all that, but this is one of the major reasons that actually most immigrants also leave their countries, come to the US and never go back to their own countries. One major reason that I should have mentioned earlier is a student. Someone is here as a student and you're given a student visa. Normally the student visas go for maybe 5 to 7 years. And you know, as a student, these are people who are probably from ages 16 and above. And if they are young as that, that means whenever they come here to a very totally different world from what they are used to, then it means that they are going to face a lot of challenges like financial instability, challenges like mental health, change of weather, for example, and these challenges are going to make them feel low or confused or feeling depressed. And definitely you don't expect a student to just pack and come home and just be an air ticket, because it's not as easy as people think. And sometimes when students come here, their families back at home think that they have come to the land of opportunities again, that their money here, the students have money, and they don't. They have to work hard to pay their rent, to buy food and all that kind of stuff. And they have also families back at home who are looking up to them to help them, you know, and sometimes they even work extra hard just to be able to support their families, no matter how little that looks like for them. So students find it hard coming back home. They always choose to work extra hard, finish school, and then after that they can be able to travel, maybe when they get a job, travel home after such a long time. Another so not real reason why African immigrants don't go back home to their countries is because in their home countries they face conflict and discrimination. Yes, this is very true. There are some countries where the citizens do face conflict and discrimination. No one wants them. Sometimes it could be tribal conflict, sometimes it could be political conflict and all that, and it affects them in a very, very bad way. And once they get an opportunity to come to the US, they take that opportunity and they never look back, because they feel like maybe they're not safe again, maybe they just want peace of mind, maybe they want to stay in a country where they feel like they're accepted and they're welcomed and they belong, their voices are heard and all that kind of stuff. So once they get an opportunity to come to the US, these people never look back. They basically don't go back home. Access to healthcare, education, and entrepreneurial opportunities. In US, there offers advanced healthcare facilities and educational institutions, which can be very motivating for African immigrants, especially those who seek specialized medical care or higher education opportunities. And also there are entrepreneurial and businesses here. People can easily establish businesses easily in the US, leveraging the dynamic economic and diverse market opportunities present in their country. These opportunities make it so easy for African immigrants and other immigrants, of course, to just decide to settle down in USA rather than going back to their country, because they can get good health care, because they can get subsidized health care, because they can get free health care, they can get free education, they can get scholarships easily, and they can set up a business here that gives them more return than that of their home countries. And finally, sometimes people come here and stay for a long time without coming back home, just because they have goals and they have plans and dreams to fulfill, and for that reason they stay and ensure that they achieve their goals and their dreams, because this is a priority for them. And also because of this reason, some of them have family responsibilities. They've come to the US and most people at home depend on them a lot. So instead of coming home every time to just say hi, it's easier to just do phone calls, video calls, and to use that money elsewhere to support their siblings, to support their relatives back at home, and also having that simple plan. Maybe I want to work in the US for 10 years, and then after 10 years I will go back home. I would have achieved my dreams, bought a land at home, build rentals and all that kind of stuff, and they just want to remain here even as they work on that. These are just basically some of the reasons that I found out, and if you know any other reasons, please do share in the comment section below. So if you know your family members, your relatives who are in the US or in other parts of the world, and you've been wondering why they never come back home, then this could be some of the reasons why. So just check up on them, talk to them, see if they're okay, and see if they need anything. I'm hoping I'll see you guys in the next video. This is goodbye for now. Take care and bye bye.